Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. We begin today with Bihagada Ki War Mahalla Chautha. This is a war, a literary genre that you will find in the Guru Granth Sahib. And essentially it is in the form of a ballad, heroic songs that are designed to arouse in the listener an inner motivation to accomplish a task, and usually was sung on the battlefield. And so the gurus have incorporated this particular genre into the Guru Granth Sahib because the battlefield here is the mind. And typically a var consists of a salok, which essentially lays out the issue or the subject being talked about in more general terms. It may have one, two, or multiple saloks, followed by what is called a paudi, a ladder, a step, if you will, suggesting, and this contains the spiritual message. Essentially, it's a ladder that one has to climb. And typically, the last lines of a paudi encapsulate the essence of the message. So this particular var begins with Asa Salok Mahalla Tija, composition of the third Guru, Amar Das, and it has two saloks associated with it. The first one is relatively short, and I will recite it first. Ik oankar Satgur Prasad, Salok Mahalla Tija, composition of the third Nanak in the form of a salok, typically two-liners. Gur Seva te Sukh Paiai, ਹੋਰ ਥੈ ਸੁਖ ਨਾ ਪਾਲ ਗੁਰ ਕੈ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਮਨ ਭੇਦੀਐ ਸਦਾ ਵਸੈ ਹਰ ਨਾਲ ਨਾਨਕ ਨਾਮ ਤਿਨਾ ਕੋ ਮਿਲੈ ਜਿਨ ਹਰ ਵੇਖੈ ਨਦਰ ਨਿਹਾਲ. So what the Guru is saying in very simple terms is Gur Seva te Sukh Paiai. Only by serving the enlightener. Gur Sevate, Gur is that which enlightens, that brings knowledge. What exactly it is a matter of ongoing discussion, but we have talked about it. So it is any enlightened source. So by serving the enlightener is well-being found. Sukh. Look not for happiness anywhere else. Hord hai sukh na paal. So this is a very conclusive statement that you need enlightenment, which is associated with rationality, with reason, with knowledge. So this is an injunction to live with knowledge, not with prejudices or bias. And then, Gur ke sabad man pediye. Pediye is to pierce, which means to transform. So with the word of the Gur Enlightener, pierce the mind. And what will happen is you will discover the ever-present self within. So the Gur Sabad, the word, which is essentially reason, it will take you into a place inside, within. This is all an inner journey where you will uncover your limitless potential, so to speak. Sada vase har naal. The two are intertwined. So Nanak is saying that the wisdom of the self is really a matter of grace, because not everybody gets it. So the term Sukh, which is central here, is ordinarily understood to mean happiness. But we have to be careful because the connotation of Sukh in Gurmat is broader, is deeper. Normally, Sukh is associated with a thing, an object, an event, a memory, and can be quite fleeting. But Sukh that Gurbani speaks of is actually Sehaj, which is a relaxed state of comfort, a relaxed state where there is a sense of well-being and enjoyment. That's very crucial. It's a tranquil, natural state of mind. And the key there is you cannot be relaxed unless you don't feel threatened. And the fact is that we are constantly threatened. And the biggest threat is the subconscious threat of death. It lives with us. So when you apply enlightenment to life, you then do not feel threatened. And therefore you become relaxed and you enjoy that relaxed state of mind. And that is where more knowledge comes out of. You have to be relaxed. And then the other word is seva. So seva means service, to follow, to serve. And service always demands a giving. You have to give yourself up. It requires a discipline. So we have to apprentice ourselves to the Gur principle, which we will find saturates the universe. So in other words, creation around us, the order around us, is made intelligible to us via the Gur. We have to use knowledge, enlightened sources. So you see, this is in contrast to what most of us, how we live. We just live according to authorized versions of reality that have been given to us. We completely engaged by them. The second slok, Sifat khajana baks hai, jis bakse so kharche khai, Satgur bin hath nahi avai, sab thakke karm kamai. नानक मनमुख जगत तनहीन है, अग्गै भुखा कै खाए. Now they're talking about the treasure of divine praise being a gift. Sift khajana baksa. So you see where knowledge is leading you to. It is leading you to divine praise. Praise is emulation. It's copying something. It's imitating something. When you praise something, you are actually wanting to emulate that something. So when you praise the divine, what you are doing is you are trying to emulate its virtues. So the one who actually receives or develops virtue then shares. Jis bakse so kharche khaye. And again, Satgur bin, without that enlightened source, it is impossible to lay one's hands upon this treasure of virtue. Satgur bin hath na avai, sab thakke karma kamai. All rituals and actions, external rituals, are in vain. So Nanak says, pointing to the self-willed mind, which is the mind we possess currently, the degenerate mind, if you will. Jagat, the world, is basically degenerate. Tanheen hai, it doesn't have this tan, this treasure. And so what is it going to consume as it moves on? Because the point is, in the previous Shabad, we were told that the only thing that will go with you is wisdom that you acquire through the Gur. If you don't have that wisdom, eventually, how are you going to navigate your way through the greatest fear of your life, which is death? You will need that wisdom to cope with that existential angst. That's the bottom line. Unless you have the wisdom to face it, to understand it, you're never going to be relaxed. And if you're not relaxed, you're always going to be anxious. And if you're anxious, there's no way you can be sukhi or happy. So you get the picture. Now to the pauri. Excuse me. Pauri, sab teri tu sab sada, sab tudd upaya, sabna vich tu vartada, tu sabni tyaya, tisdi tu bhagt thaye pahe, jo tudd man paya, jo har prabh pavai so thiye, sab karan tera karaya, सालाही हर सबना ते वड्डा जो संत जना की पैज रखदा आया. Now there's several ideas that are running through here. Everything belongs to you, addressing the creator. You are the creator. Tud upaya. You pervade all creation. Nothing is outside of your awareness. Devotion is key. That pleases you. So the question is, devotion to what? Praise, devotion. So what is being said here is that the universe is a living organism where everything is inextricably linked. Tu sabka sabaz. You see, when the Guru says, Sabateri tu sabasada, he's talking about a universe as an organism where everything is of the same substance, tissue. The universe is also rational since it is imbued with Guru ka sabad. The Gurus told us that the sabad is everywhere as well. It is purposeful. It is guided by an organizing principle called hukam that ensures order and coherence. So, Sant Jana ki paid rakhda aaya. So the question is, we have to cultivate ourselves to become like the Sant Jan, to become like the Bhagats, divine lovers. And we need their association. We need their fellowship. So this in sum is the pauri, that we have a responsibility to act in this world in a way that is reasonable, that is enlightened, that is of service. And that requires a certain degree of humility, of surrender, of understanding that you are not the center of the universe, but you are the center of that which is the center of the universe. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.